Alrighty. Sorry for being super shit at handling the controls. I don't know what I'm doing at all. Uh, Doing a BMW M8 race at Zandvoort here. I don't actually know if this is the real Andreas Baccarat, the guy that races GRC or World Rallycross, but I doubt it is. I can tell you that Bernie Lavar that's a quick time. Um, we're going to be starting last for our race, because why not? And try and just get out of the mayhem and keep a clean nose. So, race lobby should open in a minute, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. I really hope that one guy's not in here, because that's piss quick. I don't see anybody in here that's I recognize, so we're definitely going to be starting from the back of the field here. 12-minute race. 2 laps qualifying. I think qualifying you should gotta be 32, low 32s to be pretty competitive here in the race. I think if you can do like a 33, 2, 30, 32 low, um, you'll be pretty good and pretty brisk in the race. So as long as you stay out of trouble, that's the biggest thing. And these cars have traction control as well, so I mean that you can't edit because uh, I'm a D-rated driver, so you have no opportunity to adjust any in-car settings other than brake bias, which we will be setting at, um, we'll leave it at 52.1, maybe go to a 52.4. I find the rear locks a lot in this car, and there's nothing else you can do, so. I guess we'll do a practice qualifying lap, but I'll just abort it at the end or do it, maybe invalidate it. Oh, I guess we can. I don't know if you can. Oh, let's just do a shameless plug here. That's so pathetic. Oh man. So I got iRacing about 4 months ago, and I haven't really been playing it obviously that much because I'm still a D-rated driver. I crash a lot. I'm not the most patient driver, which is probably my problem. So let's go around Zandvoort here. standings. So as you can see, the traction control settings here, you can actually adjust it when they're not fixed setups. You can actually adjust the slip, the TC. You can adjust the boost, the throttle shaping, and the engine mapping, which is just for fuel savings and whatnot. So I have that all mapped to my wheel, which is a Fanatec 2.5 Club Sport with a Formula V2 wheel, or rim. I'm not sure what it's called. So I can't edit any of that, and it's kind of shit because you can really just mash on the throttle or do anything you want, and the car really doesn't react. You know, it's kind of numb, if you will. So, but the only thing you really have to watch out with this car is going to be the ABS. There is no ABS in this, so if you brake too hard, you will lock the brakes. For instance, I'm just going to go full brake. You can see the brakes did lock. So they have, all the GTE cars here on iRacing have those little indicators on the right and left there, and they kind of indicate which tires are locking. So for instance, that's showing a lot of rear lock there. So let's go ahead and change that brake bias to 52.4, maybe 52.7. So Zandvoort is Netherlands track. It's quite a tight track, honestly, to have these cars at, and especially F1 going there this year. It'd be nice to see if iRacing does scan the new track, but I doubt they will because this one was just introduced, I believe. Last corner is flat out in these cars if you actually hit the apex, which I didn't.
Green, green, green.
The first corner here, we're going to be looking for the braking marker, maybe a car length in front of this white line. Down to second gear. You don't want to be on that curb. Up to third. You're going to grab fourth and then just instantly back down to third. I take it tight, roll back in and on the gas. And you're flat out through this next right, left, right into, I believe it's called Tarzan, which is a corner I don't really know yet. I've been going down to fourth and it feels good, but then also been going down to third. Brake at this white line for this corner, really quick right, left the curb, and again, you can be on the gas substantially early without worrying about the back end coming around because of the traction control settings. So those little green dots, I feel like we're locking the front just a bit too much. So if you look to your right, you'll see that AP Racing thing there, and I'm just gonna click it one to the rear. And I think now we're at 52.4, which should be pretty much where we want. And I don't know if we invalidated this lap, so let's do that. So I was a Gran Turismo driver before this, and I'm finding it extremely hard to get accustomed to being forced to drive in-car view. I always use the T camera in Gran Turismo, and I find it really hard to get spatial awareness, but iRacing does a pretty good job of making you feel immersed, which is good. Oh, this is shit. This shit. So I'm going to stay in fourth for this time just to carry the speed. That felt good. So pole right now is a 33.4. That's actually pretty good. That's way too fast. It is a very bumpy track. This corner is fantastic. You just take it third and roll through it. And I'm an idiot. Okay. So we're going to be starting 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th out of 19 people in this race. I don't know. Last time I did this, I finished third. I stuck behind a couple guys for a while. And I wasn't able to hunt down second and first, but maybe we can be a little bit more aggressive this time in this race. Dun, dun, dun. Nico, you piece of shit. You think you're a better streamer than me? You don't even talk. And if you do talk, it's in Spanish. Or yeah. Bum, 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 bum. 8-minute qualifying is a long time. I also don't know what the stride. Last time I really backed off in the first corner. Like
There's a flag. It's over.
Thank you, spotter. I don't even think I was on the gas when it said green. I was just like four car lengths behind the guy in front of me just to save myself. And I don't know. I probably wasn't aggressive enough. I feel like you can really dive bomb half these people.
Green
That is
flag. Next time by.
that
Line
is
up
a
on the right
car.
side. Pit road is closed.
Hmm. What do you think? Maybe crash or actually get the victory here? I don't know. The 33.4 in qualifying is pretty good, but I'm hoping the 33.6 guy behind him and him will battle a lot. The 34.1, that guy needs to step it up, and 35 for seventh place. Like we'll be slamming past those people. So I'm trying to figure out what one is. Good luck. Pitting in, pitting out. Pass left, pass right. Thanks. Okay, quit your jibber jabber. Shut up, crazy fool. All right, now I just look like a fucking idiot. I also don't know what the the thing there above above the brake bias is. I also don't like this. Let's go to 52.1. It's also a really weird wheel in this car. Like it always makes me feel like the wheel's offset because it's such a
Catch stop 3,
stupid looking
chop. Catch
angle.
stop 15, chop. Catch South 13, Ka.
Quite bouncy suspension. As always, a Red Bull livery is bound to be seen in your field of view. This monster livery is atrocious, though. Oh my god. I find a lot of people go wide at this corner. This is probably one of the best opportunities to pass these not as comfortable drivers, is a polite way of saying it. You're pretty much stuck on the back of them from the corner exit here till that right hairpin over here. So make sure you got to make sure you might as well give them room, because there's no point in being on their ass coming over this hill, especially into Tarzan, because a lot of people go find it hard to keep the car stable through the uphill and change of weight. I don't know, maybe because of the wheel, and I have a pretty good feel through everything, but I don't feel like the car is weightless at all. And the diffuser on this thing is massive. And I think the race is only 12 minutes, so I think you roughly get around 8 laps, not even. So we have to pass quite a bit of people.
Catch South 13, Ka.
Quite a bit of people. Pretty quickly. And this corner too, you can actually, on the exit here, a lot of people stay tight. I kind of go to the middle and just make sure, as long as you brake in a straight line for the majority of like your hard braking, and then you can bleed off and trail brake into the corner, you shouldn't lock up. But it's all about carrying speed in these GTE cars, I find. That's, in iRacing in general, I find that's the biggest thing compared to other racing games, is that like the slower you go, the faster you really do feel. Or the slower you feel, the faster you go, you know. It really rewards to be a smooth driver, which I'm really not. So it's not ideally the game for me, or the sim for me right now with my current driving style, but I'm trying to adapt, because I've had more fun on iRacing in the last 3 months than I have had on... Oh. And there's...
Good job.
The
the
downside of this this stupid
Why,
thing.
Andrew?
So no fuel.
Or you say Bagni?
Get ready, going green.
Oh my god. You're an absolute fucking idiot.
Pace car's in.
So we're gonna
Green
pit.
flag, green flag.
Fast repair. Pit exit will be closed.
That's it, go.
I think it's open.
Good job, guys.
You got a slow car on the left. Car on your right. Clear.
I really don't think it'll take too long to catch the back. I think, obviously,
Man, Peter, what are you doing?
the win is out,
Oh
but
my.
clearly sounds like there's some
Sorry, man.
You got a slow car on the
shenanigans
left.
going on.
No, it's Peter. Peter,
Slow car on the right. Go to the bottom.
This guy is enraged.
Yeah, I couldn't avoid you then, buddy. I ran straight into you.
And he is out of here. That guy is pissed. So we got these two guys. We're going to deal with them hopefully really quickly. And then we'll try and work our way up to the other guys.
Right side.
I don't like that. when
Clear on
people
the
do
right.
that. Just be confident in your line, and doing shit like that just gets in the way.
Car on your right. Clear the right.
Apparently there's car contact there. I don't understand.
1 minute 59.555.
Alright, we can see the next driver. The traction control does allow a bit of slip, but it's not enough that, like I really like to rotate the car in the middle of the corner, and it doesn't allow you to do that. We are catching this guy quite quickly. That's just so deep. Another thing that's really hard about this sim is the friggin' blind spots. Like, as you can see, your field of view is maybe like, I don't know, 30% of the bloody screen.
1 minute 33.175.
What? Oh. Sorry for that.
Go to the bottom.
That was all luck. I don't know where those, did not, no idea where that guy was going to end up. Lap times,
1 minute 33.299.
we're also, because it's only a 12 lap race, we're also pushing quite hard. If it was a endurance race, you wouldn't want to be locking the tires this much, but gives a shit, it's only 8 laps. I'd like to at least get a top 10 here. I think we're probably going to be on this guy by the chicane. A lot of people aren't confident through this section of the track. Nice. So, it really is important. We gotta get past this guy in that hairpin before the long twisty bit. We only have 5 minutes left here.
1 minute 33.113.
Jeez.
Right side. Clear.
Oh. That was nervous. Because that corner has a lot of camber, I don't feel like you need to kind of come back to the right after that quick right. There's no reason to. There's the next target. Turn, you big bitch. Front right, or front left, as you can see by the tire pressure, is getting worked pretty hard. Mostly because of this corner and Tarzan.
1 minute 33.336.
Oh, that's so deep. You're really trying to use a lot of the camber in the track. It naturally turns the car, and this track has a lot of it, other than this corner, which is off camber. Oh, there's a caution. Yes,
Car
please.
stopped on the
Oh,
left.
there's
Go to
two.
the top. Go to the top.
I think we'll probably have 2 laps to go at the line. It's going to be mental watching some F1 cars go through this track, especially I haven't seen like a virtual layout yet of this last corner, but the drone shots they've been posting really look like it's going to be severely banked, which is just going to be incredible. Pretty bad lap there.
1 minute 33.767. You're in the top 10.
There you go. So that is 8. We're definitely not going to catch 7th there, but I'd like to see if this guy, it'd be cool if he defends a little bit. You don't want to actually be on that curve. I don't know if we can get past this guy going into 1. And those 2 guys up there are squabbling.
White flag
We
next
don't
time
know.
I
We
have
might
strike.
be able to pull something off here.
1 minute 33.438 left side. Stay on the right, clear on the left.
I think that's 6th and 7th there, and they're really going at it, so who knows. That was good. Ah, block, 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 block. Pushing so hard. Ah. 8.
That's the checkered flag.
Disappointing,
Great job,
but
driver.
nothing I could have done. I'd like to see that one pass, though. I think this is it. Let's do a breakdown, maybe. Some pissed off people in the, I think so. This guy is trying his hardest to keep the car to the right, and what happens is that lets a lane open up here, which is just isn't. There's no need to do that because the corner is so cambered, and it, as you can see, it's like it's almost a double apex. You have an apex here and you have an apex here, so there's no point to enter wide really, or at least this wide. You know, usually giving it a car length or half a car, like maybe like position your car in the middle there would be perfect. I clearly got way too worked up. And I could have easily done this pass a little better because you could fit a whole nother car there. And I decided to friggin' go for it. Uh, I'm gonna try and hook up a webcam. So I'm gonna pop off and I'll be back on maybe like an hour once I have that going, so you guys can actually watch something other than the shitty driving. So I'll be right back.